Craft Brewed Black, Milwaukee's favorite premium beer.
More doctors smoke Camels than any other cigarette.
Bavarians is for your man and you too.
Ortlieb's tastes good like a beer should.
Cheers, everyone, and welcome to the Unfiltered Gentleman. And now, coming to you socially distanced at our own tables with food and beer on the same tab, sitting down. And don't worry, we won't stand up without a mask on, so please don't yell at us. Greg, Scott, Ali, and Dan.
Welcome in, everybody. Hello, welcome. We are the Unfiltered Gentlemen. Maybe you've heard of us. We're a podcast centered around craft beer, the liquid, the lifestyle, and everything else in between. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome. Grab a beer, settle in. We love interaction. Hit us up on the grams, on the socials at the Unfiltered Gentleman or the Unfiltered Gentleman at gmail.com. If you're one of our beer friends, welcome back. We hope you're hydrated. We have a show for you tonight that I'm very excited about. Our friend Nicole is coming back. She's from the Booze League. Hello, Nicole.
Hi, it's me again.
It is you again. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. You know, I don't know what it is about you being on the show, but whenever you're on the show, Scott has technical issues. So
I know. Maybe he's avoiding me on purpose.
It could be. So we'll see what happens. Scott may or may not be joining us. The last time you were on, he lost power. This time, I think just general
brain cells.
General brain cell loss mixed with having to use a computer. So we'll see what happens there. Like I said, find us on the socials at The Unfiltered Gentleman. You can find Nicole on the socials at IceCole, C-O-L-E, beer with underscores after each word. All 3 underscores. Don't forget that. It's very important. We have a lot to get to. We got some crotch talk. We have some booze news to get to. And, of course, we're drinking some delicious beers. So I think we should start things off and just get hydrated.
Grab your libations, pals. It's time for Beer of the Week.
And if you're drinking, well, you know that you're my friend. And I'll say, I think I'll have myself a beer.
There's one thing I love doing, and that's enjoying a beer with somebody. And by that, I mean sharing a beer with somebody. So Nicole and I are drinking the same beer tonight. And
Twinsies.
Twinsies. Hashtag twinning. And if you want to do the honors of not making everybody listen to my voice for 30 seconds, want to tell us about this beer?
So we're drinking collaboration from Resident Culture Brewing and Three Sons Brewing Co. It's an Imperial Double IPA. It's called West Coast Connect. Untapped has a rating of 3.93. And here's what they have to say about it. West Coast Double IPA hopped with Centennial, Simcoe, Cryo, Strata, and Vic's Secret. Collaboration with our friends at Three Sons Brewing in Dania Beach, Florida. We wanted to pay homage to the era where IBU limits were pushed and dank IPAs ruled. As you sip, your taste buds will be greeted by notes of Meyer lemon, grapefruit, followed by piney dankness, and then finishing with layers of mango, pineapple, and a hint of passion fruit.
Well done. Yeah,
I can smell the pineapple and taste it. I love it.
As Allie would say, on the sniffer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you definitely get that tropical aroma coming through.
Super
strong.
tropical.
And I also love the throwback to West Side Connect. Isn't that Mac 10's group?
No. Oh God, what's his face? Ice Cube? Was it Ice
it was
Cube
Ice
and
Cube?
West Side Connection or something?
Wasn't it both of them or something? I don't know. I'm
Maybe.
getting my rappering.
Nick, no, you probably know best. I just think Ice Cube was in it also.
You're probably right. We need our resident
Nick would know.
Rap expert over here.
I know.
Yes. This is delicious. I haven't had Resident Culture in a hot minute. I had a couple thanks to Wendy Brewpug SC on the gram. And saw this one on Tavor, so thanks to Tavor for the slide on this one. And I thought, well, I gotta try it because they were good last time. This is
It's
great.
great.
You get
Thank
that
you for
tropical.
sharing.
Oh, absolutely. You get that tropical flavor. You get a ton of the hop. I don't want to say bitter. Of course, it's bitterness, but you get that like old school hop. But it's not overbearing. It's not like a pine tree. It's well balanced.
No, and it doesn't linger. It's like it's bitter on the back end, but it cuts right off. It's very it's fleeting.
Cleans up real nice. Mm-hmm. And yeah, like I said, it's not too powerful there, and a little bit of warmth from that 8%. I do get a little booze on the finish.
Yes, this is a great beer.
Yeah, shout out to Resident Culture for kicking down with another delicious double IPA. Those guys are out in North Carolina, so if you see them on Tavor or if you're in the hood, they're in Charlotte. Look them up. Get their beers. Highly recommended. All right, let's move on to a little bit of crotch talk.
Have a grievance to share? It's time for crotch talk.
Yes, indeed. No grievances, which is how I like to start the show. Want to mention a couple of house cleaning things. First, this Friday, the 19th, I'm going to be joining Bob from Hen House Brewing for his segment on Instagram Live called 5 o'clock Somewhere. It's Friday the 19th, 6 o'clock on the West Coast. Follow them on the gram. We're going to hang out, drink a couple Hen House beers, talk beer. He's like, we could just talk about whatever you want. I was like, okay, we're talking beer then. So
That sounds great.
yeah, I'm super stoked. Yeah. So join us. You either find it through us, the Unfiltered Gentleman, or find it through them, Hen House Brewing. Also, this week is California Craft Beer Week. If you're one of our listeners that enjoys craft beer from the California region, which just reminded me, I forgot to do our top listening city of the week. I got so nervous. Make sure you check out the California Craft Beer Association and the different brewers guilds up and down the coast. I'm helping the Central Coast Brewers Guild raise money. You can find a link in our Instagram bio to go donate money, if you will. It's all going to service member or industry members working at breweries and restaurants and helping out during the Rona times. And as I just reminded myself, shout out, and I shit you not, this is not made up. The stats do not lie. The top listening city for the last 7 days of the Unfiltered Gentleman, Dover, Delaware.
Way to go. Ben, Dover, Delaware.
Oh, I hope there's a guy named Ben in Dover listening to the show. So shout out Dover, Delaware. Thank you guys for listening. A couple of notable mentions, a couple of more cities from India as well. So thanks one more time. Shout out to Dover, Delaware.
Hey, what's going on?
Oh my God, you figured out your fucking computer.
What? Is it morning already?
We had hoped that Nicole being on the show was going to be the final like kryptonite to your computer. It was last time.
It's true. She turned our power off.
Oh, yeah, I did. Mhm.
She's got so much power over there.
I do.
Yeah.
On the west end of town, it's where it's at.
Just drove on over real quick. She's like, fuck that guy's breaker.
Yep. I actually took the clippers and cut it right off.
Man.
Next time, make it a bigger cut. If you guys were listening last week on the show, I was talking about the Firestone Walker Brewers Reserve Club that was somewhere around $600 for what came out to be 27 beers, some swag, some discounts, and we were talking about how expensive that was. And I will say, Brian was making a very compelling case as to why you should get it. It's a good price for a Rona beer program. But, well, I was convinced and set my alarm for Friday morning and very nervously got on my computer.
Oh, my heart was pounding. I thought it was going to be like buying the Firestone tickets to the Invitational.
Me too.
And when we were collaboing about how we were going to get this done, or, someone adds 2 to the card if they can, it was that whole thing, and my heart was pounding. My blood pressure was probably through the roof, my pulse, everything. And how easy was it?
It was so easy. I was checking my heart rate on my watch. We're texting back and forth like, holy fuck, I hope I don't miss out. I was so like, I guess I had PTSD from the Pliny the Younger experience. I was just expecting the worst thing to happen, and it was so and we got an email like the next day saying there's still a few spots left. We're like, well, we rushed over there for nothing.
Crazy. Yep.
Yeah.
And there was 1,000 that they were giving out, or well, not giving out, 1,000 available to
Yeah,
purchase.
1,000 spots. So they say, I mean, maybe there was a few extra that they didn't tell anybody about. Who knows?
Could be.
But I don't know about you. I am still. It's been like 4 days. I am still super excited.
I am too. And like about like the dumb stuff too. Like I kind of want that stainless steel card so I can flash it when we go there and get 15% off and 10% off food. And I'm excited. I feel like a baller.
Right. It's so funny. Brian was talking about the card. He's like, but you get that stainless steel card. And my initial reaction was like, and who the fuck cares?
True. But I just feel like it's almighty and powerful now. I'm like,
Right.
oh, let me just bust out my membership card.
Well, then I had the thought of like, all right, we're going to stop into that brewery on our way to the lake or something. And we're just going to walk up with boxes and boxes of beer and just, well, bam, card,
Yeah.
bitches.
Lager for
Very
everybody,
excited.
15% off, please. Round it up.
Yeah. Yeah. It would be so much fun. And I just can't wait to hear it go like clink, 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 clink as it bounces on the counter.
Oh,
it's going to be
it's
great.
gonna be
Stainless
amazing.
steel. It's also going to weigh down my wallet. Can't wait.
Can you get through airport security with it?
I guess we'll find out.
I'm trying to think because Nick has like a stainless steel bottle opener in his wallet.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
It's an
Oh, I
old
do
one
too,
that
actually.
a Wiley from the Booze League, the commish, gave us. And he keeps it in his wallet at all times. And we've gone on numerous trips. I don't feel like he's taken it out.
Well, I'm sure he'll get arrested for it. It has nothing to do with the metal, just that it's a Booze League bottle opener.
Oh, you know what? It's actually before Booze League.
Oh.
It was like the prior kind of Kickstarty company, like Shots of Booze, I think is what it was called.
Oh, that's throwing it way back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have one that's like in my wallet also. It's not the card style. It like just kind of lives on the outside of my wallet. I'm trying to think if I've flown. I got that last Christmas from the wife. I don't know that I've flown since I've gotten that wallet, so I don't know. I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, well, we had Rona was last year, so I don't think you guys did either.
No.
Well, interesting enough.
We shall see. Because I will be flying with it, because anytime I go to LAX, I always stop at the Venice Firestone location.
I have still never been. Isn't that sad? And it's like so close. I don't know why. Nick and I just never make it out there, so we'll have to
field trip.
Do a drinking date.
It's time for a field trip. We've been talking a lot about Burrito Gate and breakfast burritos. Oh, and I did a poll on the gram over the weekend. What's your favorite hangover cure, breakfast burritos or pozole? Breakfast burritos won by a landslide.
I was really upset about that. I definitely was a pozole voter. Yeah. Absolutely. It cures me like nobody's biz.
Right. It hydrates you and fills you up. Scott, are you a breakfast burrito or a pozole fan when you're hungover?
I've never had pozole, so I guess I'm a breakfast burrito guy.
Well, you're missing out.
I don't think so.
You've had menudo, right?
I have had menudo.
So it's the same thing, except not the gross parts. It's like normal meat instead of gross meat, but the same broth.
Oh, okay.
It's pork.
So here's we were looking for El Taco tonight and couldn't find it. That's why I'm late.
Oh. Oh my God, you really had me for a second.
Are you really that stupid old guy? Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
No, I'm just gullible. It's on the ceiling.
You're with the right people to guide you to El Taco.
It's not in West Hollywood?
No, sorry.
Oh, no wonder. Never mind.
Well, we can speak from experience. That pozole over at El Taco, everyone that's not from the area is like, the fuck are they talking about? You guys, Simi Valley, El Taco. If you are hungover, go get a fucking punch bowl of pozole.
Oh my God.
And a bucket of beers.
And it will just, I don't know, it just fixes you right up after a rough night morning.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out when I have more time.
Okay, perfect. It's on LA Avenue on the west end.
West Side? It's a West Side Connect.
Yeah, that's right.
Throwback. And their street tacos are so damn good and small, you can get like 8 of those while you're eating pozole.
Yeah. And they're like $1. They're like $1.30. They're really cheap too. It's great.
Get that fucking pastor. It's oh my God. Anyway, so we're talking all about breakfast burritos and stuff. New controversy Nicole has brought into our lives: pineapple.
What
on a pizza? Yay or nay?
Definitely,
Nicole.
I'm all for it as well, but I just love to see people get so heated and angry over it. It brings me such joy.
They get so mad.
It's like it's very controversial.
Like you might as well just bring up politics to the opposite side of the aisle.
Yep.
Because pineapple puts a line in the fucking sand, puts a ditch in the sand, if you will.
It does.
And I am all for it. In fact, it's like the only way I can eat pineapple since I'm mildly allergic to it. If it's raw, it makes my tongue like kind of not as bad as coconut. Like I could sit here and eat pineapple, and you probably wouldn't hear it. Where coconut, you're like, hey guy, I'm Officer smells. Doofy. Yeah. Officer Doofy, reporting for duty. But the pineapple, when it's cooked, I don't have any issues. So I'm all about the pineapple in my pizza.
Great.
It's that umami. You get the sweetness from the pineapple. You get a little spicy from pepperoni. You get a little earthiness from like the sauce and the herb. Oh God, it is a umami combo.
So my favorite combination is pepperoni with pineapple and jalapeno.
Did we just become best friends?
I think so.
Oh my God.
It's been a long time coming. I can't believe this was like the straw that broke the back of our friendship, but yes. Or you just cut out pepperoni and you just do pineapple and jalapeno, and it is, oh my God, it's my favorite.
You could. I need all three. I need the spicy, I need the salty, I need the sweet. It's perfect. When I make pizza, that's what I put on it. When I order pizza from the best place in the world, Toppers, that's what I order. It's just,
so good.
It's just the best.
It works.
Yeah, so since you guys brought up Toppers, and maybe people out of this area don't know what the hell I'm talking about, but the Hawaiian heat with jalapenos and pineapple and meats and all that, that's like the best thing I've ever eaten.
Ooh, I've never had that one.
Hawaiian heat, yeah, it's so good.
It's like ham and then...
Ham, pineapple, I mean, it's got
jalapenos.
All kinds of meats. Yeah, oh yeah, it's all of that. And you know what, the other thing that people have given me shit for is ranch with my pizza.
Oh, fuck them.
Yeah, they can. There's a special place in hell for people like that.
Yeah. You think pineapple puts a line in the sand? I will go to battle over ranch, especially Toppers. For everyone out of the area, Topper's Pizza, I don't know what cocaine they put in their ranch, but it is
I was gonna say it's crack.
Amazing.
You could just drink it with a straw. I mean, it's
Who says I haven't?
Or a spoon. You just eat it like soup.
Yeah,
It's just the
little
most flavorful,
shot
best
glasses.
tasting ranch.
Oh, so good.
So good. And it needs to cover the pizza.
God, I ate dinner and I'm
Yes.
hungry.
Oh, yeah.
I'm hungry now.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back, everybody. So pineapple is a must. Ranch is a must. And anybody who says otherwise can fight me. That's it.
I got your back.
Thank you. Let us know, people. Are you a pineapple person or non-pineapple person?
Let us know.
Mm-hmm.
Where's
You know
your
how to
favorite
find us.
pizza place, wherever you're at?
Yeah, tell us about your favorites.
If you're not, like, why? I don't want to just hear like it doesn't belong. Tell me why it doesn't belong. Or Greg, why? The Unfiltered Gentleman, why? Tell them. But
Tell
I
us.
think it's worth knowing.
Yeah, or you can Graham, Nicole, Graham, any of us. We need to know. And not just, it doesn't belong. You're right. We need answers. We need science.
Thank you.
No, thank you. That is going to open up a whole new can of worms.
Pandora's box.
Yeah, Pandora's pizza box. Also, Tom Brady. I'm sure we've all seen the video of Tom Brady getting off the boat from the Super Bowl parade and just drunk as fuck. And I'm sure we've also seen the video of him tossing the Lombardi trophy over to the other boat. A camera apparently got another angle where it was him and Cameron Brate, the tight end who he threw the trophy to. It was them discussing it after the fact, drunk as fuck. I'll just play the audio.
Tell unbelievable pass. By the way, if that hit your face, it would have been a disaster. Best pass of my life.
So I don't know how easy it is to hear. Cameron is saying like, hey, that was an unbelievable pass. Tom Brady goes, if that would have hit your face, that would have been like the biggest fucking disaster.
So funny.
Mm-hmm.
For the trophy or for his face?
Yes.
Okay.
It's hard to love Tom Brady sometimes, but between him being hammered at the Super Bowl party, and I just listened to an interview with him on Dak Shepard's podcast, he's actually a really cool guy to hang out with, and it pains me to say it.
It's okay.
I like Tom Brady, and I thought it was totally awesome that he was hammered. I mean, why not? He's celebrating.
Yeah. It was so great. ESPN originally tweeted the video of him getting off the boat hammered. Tom Brady fucking retweeted it.
Of course he did. He seems to have a great sense of humor. I'm all for it.
Yeah, he retweeted it and he said something like, fucking avocado tequila.
What?
Which sounds disgusting. But if that's his jam, then that's his jam.
I've never even heard of that. Now I'm out to like scout it.
I know, we got to figure out what he's been drinking. I bet he was paid by someone to drink and get hammered and influence or whatever they call it.
Or maybe he was just so hammered it really wasn't avocado. Maybe it was like agave and tequila or something. And he's like, avocado.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know.
I bet you're right. I will say he's a better drunk tweeter than most people are sober. Somebody
True.
could take
So,
lessons. The
very
fact that
true.
He could get that out there without, being racist or something.
Yeah.
Like people could take a lesson from drunk Tom Brady. So very good. And then finally, I just, over the weekend, Valentine's Day, can't stand that holiday. It's
Consumer holiday.
It's garbage. It is. But thanks to Nicole, it was a little bit better. We decided to brunch it up because Big Dick Nick had to work. And that turned into a couple bottles of champagne, a lot of beer cans. I was taking out the recycling
and then
today.
Eventually
I was like,
dinner.
yeah, and then it rolled right into dinner.
It did. Okay, and funny story about that. So your lovely wife Shannon and I left to go pick up my mom and bring her to your house. And if anyone wants the ultimate hype woman, you guys can have my mom on borrow, like totally fine. It was like 6:30. It's dark. A coyote ran across a road that's like 55 miles an hour for the speed limit. I scream. Shannon screams. My mom's in the back seat holding her little Chihuahua dog, has no idea what's happening, and just screams because we're screaming. And it was like, she's such a hype woman. I was like, Mom, thank you for that. So
Doesn't give a fuck why you guys are screaming.
that was the highlight. I woke up this morning still laughing about that.
Your mom's in the back seat with the air horn. Bow, 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 bow.
Pretty much. She's like, everyone's screaming. I'm just going to scream. She had no idea what we were screaming. It was the greatest.
That's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Good for her.
So thank you.
Everybody needs a little support. Oh, and your mom just got the vaccine, right?
She did. She got the first round of Moderna last Wednesday, and then March 10th she'll get her second one. So I'm pretty excited for her.
And Scott, have you had your second one?
Had my second last Wednesday, yes.
Did you have Moderna or Pfizer?
Pfizer.
Oh, okay. Did you have side effects?
Not really. The next day, slight for maybe 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And then that was it. I was like, oh, that's okay.
That's not
Well,
bad.
Brian, who was on the show last week, his wife had it, the second one, and she had like full on Rona symptoms for like a day and was just taken out.
Really? It was kind of a joke because I had the second one, and one of my coworkers who is near my age had a second one, and then a couple of others that were like half our age. The ones that were half our age were like wiped out. They couldn't come into work the next day. They were totally. And when I came in, she's like, "So are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, what's up?" And she's like, "Tell me about the others." And we're like, "No big deal for me. I don't know."
Sounds like somebody's got to collect their mother's phone numbers. Let them know they raised a bitch.
Yeah, I'll start making the phone calls.
Speed dial. Well, that's good.
Mm-hmm,
It's interesting to see who's reacting and who's not and who's getting it. And it seems like people who have had the Rona aren't reacting to the vaccine as much as people who didn't have it.
That's what you guys were saying.
Strange,
it's really interesting.
Yeah.
So weird.
Very interesting. All of it. Science. Oh, don't want to forget to mention, in all of our drunkenness yesterday, cupcake decorating did happen.
And they came out nice.
They did.
Ish.
For people who don't get paid to do it on a regular basis.
Exactly.
Yeah. So cool. Anything else going on, Scott? Everything good now that you're here? And
yeah, I finally made it. A lot of traffic in West Hollywood. So, yeah, going home from my Costco pharmacy there, and
right.
Everything's good.
Nice. All right. Before we find out what you're drinking, old timey word of the week: pushing school. Pushing school could be one of two things. It's either where you learn how to fence, or it's also a brothel.
Oh, we'll go with the latter.
Oh, man.
It's way more exciting.
Yeah, I'm going with brothel on this one. All right. Well, very well. Let's find out what Scott's drinking over there.
He calls to the bullpen for
beer.
All right. I'm going to let you try and pronounce it before I...
Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
From Five Threads, which is local brewery here, I got the
wait for it.
Cherenkov.
All right. That's pretty good.
Pretty close.
Yeah.
For a drunk old man.
Five Threads Brewing Company's 2020. That was 2020 version, right?
Yes.
The one that's out now. Edition of Cherenkov, their 5th anniversary stout, 12.5%, 42 IBUs, has a 4.21 on Untappd. They say the Cherenkov effect is a blue glow created when radiation travels through water. It is named after the Russian physicist Pavel Cherenkov, who made the discovery. Having used radiation in his former career, head thread and brewer Tim Kazulis developed this Russian Imperial Stout at the request of his former Amgen group, Research Imaging Sciences. This 5-year anniversary edition of Cherenkov Stout was aged in Four Roses Bourbon Barrels after infusion with cocoa nibs and vanilla beans. This decadent treat features smooth notes of vanilla blended with flavors of rich chocolate, deep caramel, and deep roasted coffee.
God, that sounds amazing.
Are you getting
pretty
all these
much?
things?
Yeah. I mean, you got the coffee and the chocolate. Yeah, it's. I mean, and you get a little hint of the bourbon with the. It's pretty good.
I have
damn
not
good.
At 12%,
Wow.
It sounds like a panty dropper.
12.5.
Yeah.
12.5. I'm sorry, my bad. That 0.5 makes all the difference in the panty dropping.
Yeah. Don't get it. Don't short them.
Didn't affect me a bit.
That's what he thinks. I have not had 2020s yet. Five Threads is local out here, like he said. It's in Westlake Village, California. I have one of each lined up in the little wine fridge behind me that you guys can sort of see.
It'll be vertical time soon.
Yeah, we just this weekend picked up 2020s. So one of these days I'll do a vertical. I've tried like the first 3. I haven't had the last 2. They're just sitting there getting ready to be drank. So very excited when that day comes. I'm so weird. I'm like, I'm just gonna sit on this and drink it in 10 years.
That's pretty much every good dark barrel-aged beer that we have.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, very nice. All right, booze news.
Extra, extra, drink all about it. It's time for booze news.
Well, you guys remember right before Ballast Point sold back to whoever owns them now in their craft again, that they had this huge impairment charge that basically was Constellation Brands admitting that they overpaid for them by like $400 million. Does this ring a bell?
Mm-mm.
Yes.
Okay. Well, now Heineken's doing the same thing with Lagunitas. They have recorded a $279 million impairment charge with Lagunitas. They paid almost $1 billion for them. So they're basically admitting that they overpaid by, $300 million. The low price.
So I can do that. I feel like I overpaid my car, so I can go back to the dealer and say, hey, I'm going to sue you now because I feel like I overpaid.
Well, it's not a lawsuit. It's just an impairment charge, and it affects like their taxes. So, I guess you could maybe like get some sort of tax write-off because you overpaid for your piece of shit car.
Okay.
I don't know how that works in the real world, but go pay $1 billion for something and then figure out that it's not worth it.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, no, yeah.
And then 8,000 people lose their jobs.
Well, and it's not just Lagunitas people. Heineken is also going to eliminate 8,000 jobs over the next couple of years. And initially, it's going to cost them a ton of money because they're going to have to buy out people's salaries and whatnot. And then eventually, they're going to restructure and save money and whatever. Fuck off, Heineken.
Yeah.
They also like support slave labor, and they can suck a dick.
Gross.
Mm-hmm.
So who's not going to lose their jobs? The people that are making these decisions.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yep.
Speaking of dicks, AB Anheuser-Busch is going to transfer Stella production to the United States, and we will not be drinking beer imported from Europe anymore if you're having a Stella. Does anybody still drink Stella?
Not in a while.
No. It's like one of those things when you used to go to like an event and you're like, okay, what do they have to drink? And they had like Bud Light and Stella. You're like, oh, fuck it. I'll take a Stella.
Yeah, Stella it is. I remember I used to drink Stella like back in my pre-craft days, like pretty regularly. Like that was fancy in quotes.
Sure.
And I was like, oh yeah, Stella's my jam. And I remember one night I'm out and I'm drinking a bunch of Stella. I was like, this just doesn't taste the same. Like it doesn't taste as good. It tastes watery. And this is before I was in the know. I Googled it. Lo and behold, they just sold to Budweiser. And I was like, oh.
Yep. Quality went down.
Immediately went down. I had no idea. It'd been like a few months. I was like, oh, well, there you go. Makes sense. So I'm sure it's going to get only worse from here.
So you're saying that they're moving their production to the U.S.?
Yeah, that way they don't have to import it.
Oh, okay. So kind of mixed feelings. I mean, that's more jobs for people in the U.S., but
sure. I mean, that
still, yeah, Stella and yeah.
Yeah, I can only imagine it's going to get worse, though. But you know, it's already bad, so I'm already not drinking it.
Yeah.
So
True,
good
yeah,
for the
it's-
jobs in the U.S.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to give jobs and, supplies of something that we're not drinking anyway, so.
Exactly. And I imagine, I didn't read this, but I imagine they'll probably keep production in Europe as well, so that the Europeans can have the Europe version, we can have the U.S. That way there's no importing fees on anything.
That makes sense.
That's my guess. And speaking of Anheuser-Busch, they are, this is so great, they are taking Constellation to court over the use of the Corona name on Corona Hard Seltzer. So let me try and recap this in the most understandable way possible. A few years ago, if you remember, Budweiser AB bought Corona, and in the U.S., they could not sell Corona because it was going to be a monopoly, that sort of thing. So they were forced to sell off the Corona rights in the United States. Well, Constellation Brands bought those rights, and if I remember correctly, basically was formed to just be the Corona company at that point. Well, now they're making Corona Hard Seltzer in the U.S. Budweiser says seltzers, and this is one time I've ever agreed with Budweiser, it's on this. Seltzers are not beer, and you can only use that name on beer, so you can't use it on these hard seltzers. I'm okay with that. I like mommy and daddy fighting.
It's just awkward at the dinner table, that's all.
It is a little awkward, but I'll just keep drinking. It'll be fine. So, yeah, the whole lawsuit comes down to, is a seltzer a beer or not? So this is really going to be sort of industry defining when this works itself out.
It's not. It's seltzer. It's just like Smirnoff Ices were not beers, they're malt beverages.
Yeah, to me, a beer has to have grains in it.
Yeah, without looking at the ingredients.
Grains, barley, hops, stuff that makes beer. Anything else is like a malt beverage.
Right.
Seltzer is seltzer, beer is beer. And
a hard seltzer consists of sugar and water and yeast. And then you add flavoring to it afterwards. It's not beer to me.
It's not beer.
It doesn't sound like beer.
Mm-mm. And Yuengling, we talked about this a few months ago. Yuengling merged with Miller Coors, and the big question was, what's going to happen to their craft status? What is Miller Coors going to do to rub their feces across the face of Yuengling? I think we're about to find out. Yuengling is going to release Raging Eagle, a mango beer, which will launch in convenience stores only.
Convenience stores? Really?
It'll be located right next to Mango Cart.
Thank you.
And Ballast Point's Mango Even Keel or something.
Oh, fuck. Jesus.
All their
horrible
gimmicky,
beers.
fruity mango beers.
Yeah. Well, they've definitely rubbed their shit on it. Port Brewing and Lost Abbey down in San Diego are terminating their distribution contract with Stone. I just found that interesting. It seems like Stone does a good job with their distribution arm. It's how you're so easily able to find Made West throughout California and many other local craft breweries that otherwise wouldn't be in stores. But we'll see what happens. And a man set fire to his house to keep warm. In Pennsylvania, of all places.
Oh, not my hometown. That's embarrassing.
Yeah, it's making sense.
Or my home state. Sorry, that's just embarrassing.
Your family's trying to keep warm out there. A 59-year-old Pennsylvania man got so cold in his unheated house Sunday that he piled up some wood, doused it with lighter fluid, and set it on fire in his basement. He ended up with a fire department for company. State police at Hazleton said the unnamed man started the fire just after 7 p.m. It quickly spread up the wall and reached the attic of the house on North Cedar Street. Investigator, this is great, Zachary Martini said.
Oh, stop it.
City firefighters were able to prevent the blaze from spreading to adjoining homes. Martini said he believed the man started the fire to keep warm and fell asleep while sitting beside the flame and drinking alcohol. The occupant of the home was intoxicated and unable to competently answer questions when being asked, Martini wrote. He said the fire heavily damaged the home's roof and charges will be filed. Thanks, Martini.
Yes.
Oh.
Martini, who many people said he was quite dry.
But that's his one, everybody.
Yeah, that's my good. I'm good for the year.
And good night.
Tell your friends I won't be back.
Yeah. It's the last you've seen of Scott. He went to El Taco and never came back.
Couldn't find it, and we haven't seen you since.
Yeah. He traveled off into the pozole sunset.
It's another pozole sunrise. And I want to end the show on a new segment. We'll try this out and see how this works out. I am often wrong on this show, as I have been told by many listeners, including one that's sitting right here.
What?
Who let me know. Yes, you.
God.
So, new segment on the show where people get to tell me how wrong I was. It's going to be called Beer Faults and Adjuncts. If you look at the BJCP beer judging list, there's a whole list of what they call beer faults. It's the beer fault list. And anything that tastes bad in a beer, they describe it and they name it. So I figure this is a great way to add some corrections to the show with my beer faults. And adjuncts in a beer, of course, are the additives to make it taste better. So maybe I can add a little something to something and make it taste even better. So for our first beer fault, Nicole has a correction from last week's show where I was blaming Allie for something incorrectly.
Oh, yeah, you falsely accused her of talking to her about your allergy to coconut.
Yeah.
And she was like, no, you didn't. And you're like, yeah, I did. And I was listening. I'm like, no, fool,
that was
quite
me.
Adamant
too.
I know. I'm like, that was me. It was totally me from like the weekend prior.
That was you and I. And to be fair, we were very hydrated.
Mm-hmm. We were.
It's probably 4 a.m.
Yeah, give or take.
It usually is.
Yeah.
Hey, it's 2:00. Should we go to bed? No, one more beer.
And then we're like, oh my God, it's 4:30. Everyone brush your teeth quick and go to bed.
Hurry up before the sun comes up. Jesus Christ. So unfortunately, Allie's not here, but to Allie, I apologize. You were right. That was not a conversation I had with you. It was a conversation I had with Nicole. So there you have it.
Now, is that just for you or anybody on the show that makes a mistake? They can like...
No, that is open to everybody fucking up.
Oh, no.
So our show is just double on time.
Yeah. We are not going to be under an hour ever again after that one. Yes.
Oh, no.
So if you have any of my beer faults, feel free to email them, theunfilteredgentleman@gmail.com, or leave us a voicemail, 805-538-BEER. However you want to get it to us, because there's a lot of wrong things happening on this show.
If you can find the few ones that I make, good luck for that. Yeah.
Yeah, just every time Scott opens his mouth, we'll be getting voicemails.
I'm like, Scott, you have to talk to be corrected, so just
How
kidding.
do you know Scott is wrong? Because he opens his mouth.
Right. That's what his wife says.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I heard that Allie is running for mayor of Yuma.
Oh, God.
She's actually there right now as we record,
That's what I
putting up
heard.
her campaign
Yes,
signs.
Yes, making a speech and all that.
Yeah, vote for Allie.
I would. I'd vote for her for mayor of Yuma.
I mean, it can't get worse, right?
True.
No, you can only go up from there. That's the thing. If you win there, you can only go up.
Pretty
exactly. So, Yuma, do yourself a favor. Anywho, thank you all for listening. Most importantly, Nicole, thank you for joining.
Thank you again for having me. I appreciate it. It's always a good
Absolutely.
time with you guys. I'm glad Scott could join us.
Well, me too, is what I meant to say. Anytime you have a Monday open and a beer in the fridge, you let us know and you come hang out.
I mean, that's like every Monday. So, yeah. Call
All right,
me.
we'll see you next week.
Y'all out of beer. Sounds good.
Never out of beer. You just come hang out with us. Let's hit some music. Let's get on up out of here. Go follow her on the gram at Ice Cole Beer, Ice COLE Beer _ after every one of those. Follow us at The Unfiltered Gentleman. Oh, and go listen to her on the Booze League, the Boozecast. Don't want to forget that. She is the star of the show, so go listen to the Boozecast. You find us at The Unfiltered Gentleman and theunfilteredgentleman.com, as well as our phone number, 805-538-BEER. You can call us, leave a little drunk voicemail. theunfilteredgentleman@gmail.com. I think that is just about everything. So I thank you all for listening, for hanging out, for drinking. I thank Scott for figuring out how to power up that computer.
Hey, well, it took tech service many hours to explain it to me.
Yeah, and they're already hanging themselves. So
yes, they are.
Thank you, everyone. Go try some El Taco if you're in Southern California. It's so worth it. And let us know, pineapple on the pizza, yay or nay? And it better be yay. So I hope everyone out there is staying very well hydrated. And on that note, good night, everybody.